There's something about the way space functions in Japanese homes that many people notice the moment they step inside and try to understand throughout their visit. The rooms are quite small. Storage space isn't exaggerated. There's no extra partition or large garage. Despite this, the space is always organized. Items don't struggle to take up space. Every drawer opens comfortably. Flat surfaces are clear, and even the smallest space quietly fulfills its function. This isn't just a coincidence. It's the result of 12 unique organizational ideas that Japan has developed over the years. Each one is shaped around a key question that home design around the world focuses on. Why shouldn't storage, placing, and removing items be so easy? Join me on idea number 10, because this idea will reveal a fantastic storage opportunity that many people don't notice every day. Once you see how the Japanese approach this problem, you'll never look at it the same way again. Let's examine all these ideas. The first idea is to fold your clothes vertically and display them together. When you open a drawer, the first thing you usually see is the top layer. Other items are found underneath, forgotten. The Japanese enhance the visibility of each item by compacting each piece into a rectangle and placing them vertically. When you open the drawer, think of the items like books on a bookshelf. Each stands independently and is visible. When you pull out a garment, the other pieces next to it are unaffected. A drawer designed to hold 10 shirts can now hold 15. Previously forgotten garments are worn once more. Furthermore, the drawer stays organized on its own because nothing is pushed down or knocked over. Reorganizing a single drawer takes only 3 minutes. As a result, this system works spontaneously and requires no maintenance. A second idea is to use drawer dividers. This is an excellent way to maintain order by giving each item a specific space. The problem with most drawers isn't size, but structural deficiencies. Without dividers, items slide around and the order is disrupted. Japanese homes overcome this with simple dividers obtained from stores like Muji and Daiso or with existing reusable containers. Each section houses a specific category: socks here, handkerchiefs on the sides, and accessories next to them. When each item is precisely located in a specific area, organizing is much easier. You don't have to think about where it goes. The right place is already visible. Japan calls this facilitating the right choice. The real function of a divider is not only to be organized in itself, but also to offer a system that can self-organize without requiring daily effort. A third idea is to prefer tall and narrow items over large and bulky ones. This represents a change not only in a specific product group, but also in a perspective. Traditional storage furniture is often wide and low. Flat, wide chests of drawers, like wide cabinets. Such designs take up a lot of space, but can be much harder to keep organized. Japanese homes do the opposite, with tall, narrow towers of drawers. Shallow drawers have distinct advantages. Nothing is hidden. With only one layer in each drawer, the contents are always visible and accessible. Such towers of drawers can be placed in areas where larger furniture wouldn't fit. The Japanese see the main question of design as making the most efficient use of every centimetre of available space. Tall and narrow furniture is often the answer to this problem. A fourth idea is to store frozen foods vertically, like a file. Freezers are a difficult area to organize in most homes. Over time, clutter builds up inside the freezer, making it quite difficult to find older items in the background. Japan suggests organizing items in the freezer using the vertical logic employed in drawers. Instead of stacking frozen foods flat, they are kept vertically in narrow baskets or boxes, with each label visible when the door is opened. This makes each food item visible and easy to access. Items lost in the freezer risk being discarded. Food waste is also reduced thanks to everything being visible. When food is traceable, you use what you have more. A visible freezer causes less damage and thus leads to significant savings. A fifth idea is the reuse of file holders and creating creative spaces in the kitchen. This is perhaps one of the most unusual ideas and makes the biggest impact when people first see it. A standard file holder is found on most people's desks, but it is used discreetly in Japanese kitchens. Vertical compartments, while typically used to hold documents, can also hold things like cutting boards, baking sheets, pot lids, and aluminum foil. Objects previously found at the back of a cluttered cupboard can now. Each item has its own dedicated compartment. Simply sliding an item in is enough. Pushing it back in is quite easy. Nothing moves or tips over. Storing flat kitchenware neatly horizontally is quite difficult, as they may be too large to fit in a drawer or too awkward to stand upright on their own. However, a file holder offers vertical space at virtually no cost. It provides immediate organization, even on first use. The sixth idea is to create extra space outside the cabinet using shelf risers. Often, cabinets full of plates and bowls have the same problem. The top items have plenty of empty space, but the way to use this space efficiently is not well known. Plates are concentrated at the bottom, while the top remains unused. A shelf riser functions as a small platform inside the cabinet. Larger plates are placed at the bottom, and smaller bowls are neatly stored at the top. Coffee cups don't have to be piled up, making them more easily accessible. The cabinet suddenly has a more efficient organization. No drilling or tools are required. Thanks to these solutions, the cabinet instantly becomes more organized. Magnets see many Japanese home kitchens as multi-layered systems. Every centimeter offers potential opportunities. It's about cleverly using existing space, not eliminating it. The seventh idea is the use of sliding platforms inside drawers to prevent lost items in deep shelving. A constant problem with deep cabinets is that the front is easily accessible, while the back becomes inaccessible. Most people unknowingly give up using the back of deep cabinets. Japan solves this with the pull-out storage drawer. It works by bringing all the cabinet contents to the front in a single movement. For example, are you looking for the rice cooker in the back middle? You can reach it directly without pushing the drawer back. Everything slides out one by one, like cleaning products, mixing bowls, cooking oils, etc. The drawer sliding platform doesn't provide additional space, but rather makes the existing storage areas available for use. In Japan, inaccessible storage space isn't really storage, it's simply determining the location of lost items. The eighth idea is mounting condiments on the walls instead of the countertop. This is about reclaiming a space that is often overlooked in the kitchen. In most kitchens, frequently used items take up space on the countertop. Bottles, salt, pepper, oil, a few spices, and maybe 2 different sauces. These remain because the countertop is functional, and there's no better plan. Japanese kitchens tend to arrange these items vertically. Magnetic spice jars are attached to the side of the refrigerator, and narrow spice racks are mounted next to the stove. Minimal rails are installed in the background, holding low containers without touching the countertop. This significantly increases the visible impact on the countertop. A clean countertop not only provides a more aesthetic look, but also makes cooking physically easier. It's quicker to wipe down and more convenient for all kinds of tasks. Spices are now always manageable in place. Japan views these areas not as boundaries, but as usable surfaces. The kitchen is one of the most obvious places where this philosophy finds its everyday roots. The ninth idea is the multi-layered hanging system. Closets often appear full, not with the volume of clothing, but with the finish of the hanging areas. Because only one piece of fabric hangs on each hanger, the closet appears cramped and full, yet there is actually more space. Multi-layered hangers emerged as part of the Japanese solution. A single hanger under the main rack, holding 5 or 10 items together, increases the hanger size fivefold. A cluttered closet can breathe easily without losing a single item. Each piece is hung on a different rack so they don't interfere with each other. The pre-filled closet has become more spacious than it appears. You just need to rethink the hanger system. And now, here comes that 10th idea I mentioned above. The 10th idea is slim, round storage carts that can be used in narrow spaces. When examining your home, you might see the space between the refrigerator and the wall, or the end of the bathroom cabinet next to the washing machine. Almost every home has these kinds of spaces, but they are often unused. This is because it is thought that there is nothing there to take up space, and it is not possible to use traditional storage features there. Japanese design has come up with slim, rolling carts to utilize these spaces. Designed to be thin enough to slide in 15 to 20 centimeters of space, they are created using a few shelves, have wheels that can be pulled out when needed, and stored away when not in use. In the kitchen, this cart carries cooking oils, canned foods, and spices. In the bathroom, there are towels, cleaning products, and extra toiletries. In the laundry area, there is detergent. The container holds everything that takes up space on top of the washing machine, such as fabric softener and other appliances. The power of this idea comes not only from creating storage, but also from making people aware of spaces they often overlook. The space you've forgotten isn't actually empty at all. It's waiting for the right solution. The Japanese are quite adept at finding these hidden spaces, as Japanese design believes no space should go to waste. Every space needs careful consideration. Our 11th suggestion is about creating visual order by matching your storage containers. This isn't so much a specific product category as it is a design principle that consistently appears in Japanese homes. Mismatched containers of different sizes, colors, and materials don't look appealing to many people, even if they create a sense of familiarity. But a shelf created with matching containers, even when completely full, gives a feeling of peace. Japanese storage stores, like Muji, develop product lines around this principle. Boxes and containers are designed in standard sizes so they can fit together in any room. This also brings the advantage of being modular. For example, the same box that holds toiletries in your bathroom can be used in the bedroom to conveniently store stationery without taking up space. Containers are portable and can be used without changing them. The matching storage concept aims to provide visual tranquility rather than perfection. And a tranquil home always leads to an easier maintenance process. Our 12th and final suggestion is labeled clear containers. You don't need to fiddle with things to find out what they are. The last suggestion is perhaps the simplest, but it's the most beneficial system in daily life. In many Japanese kitchens, dry goods such as rice, flour, sugar, pasta, and lentils are meticulously organized by transferring them to clear containers with labels. These containers provide an organized structure in the storage area and make everything recognizable beforehand. When you want to buy rice, you can immediately see what's missing. You can even see if the flour is running low while preparing a recipe. Each individual has the opportunity to find the ingredients in the house on their own. When visibility increases, the shopping process also speeds up because they become recognizable instead of getting lost in different packages. The labeling visualizes the contents and makes the system meaningful within the family. A clear system that everyone can use reduces the need for one person to maintain order. There is one theme common to all 12 of these ideas. None of them aim to reduce your possessions or require a larger home or more storage space. Each is designed to make better use of the space you have and make it easier to keep things organized. While each idea may seem modest on its own, when combined, they significantly transform the daily life of a home. It's not just the space itself that becomes more organized,